We lived it before. We can live it again. Let's rebuild a waste-free Hawaii together. No perfection required.
Aloha Harvest mission is to address the fact that hunger is not an issue of a lack of food, it's an issue of a wasteful distribution system for that food. Our goal is to rescue as much of that excess food that's going uneaten, but it's perfectly good and it's just unsold, and redistribute it into the hands of nonprofits and social service agencies and community groups that are feeding the hungry.
Through the 170 social service agencies, we're able to service about, I would say, 50 to 60,000 people a month.
Our team of drivers, they go and visit our grocery stores, distributors, our coffee shops, and our hotels. The amount of food that they process in a day is astounding.
Food waste is a major contributor to climate change because when we throw food in the trash, it ends up in a landfill or an incinerator. Both of these pathways produce greenhouse gases that warm our climate and have all kinds of other consequences for our environment and our communities. On Oahu, food makes up 30% of our waste, and most of this gets burned at a facility called H-Power. Imagine if all this was rescued to feed people or build healthy soils instead.
In addition to the food that goes to waste, there's the plastic packaging that goes with that. There's the money that I spent for that. There's the gas that's spent in shipping it. And so all that waste compounds.
So the more food that we, as Aloha Harvest, rescue and stop from entering the waste stream, the more we can reduce our island's environmental impact and make sure our communities are fed.
During this COVID pandemic, the demand for our services is skyrocketed.
We've been able to rescue close to 300,000 pounds of food each month.
Food waste and food insecurity have always been problems here, but the pandemic has highlighted just how much wasted food is in the system that can instead go to people in need. On an individual level, there's so much we can do to prevent waste, from buying only what we know we need to storing food so it lasts. And if you have food that's gone bad, find ways to keep it out of the trash, like composting or feeding animals instead. On a higher level, we need to design food waste out of our systems. For example, those best by and use by dates you see are not standardized, meaning stores are often tossing out food that's still good to eat based on arbitrary dates. There's so much we can do to change this story, and Aloha Harvest is excited to be part of this movement.